Tell me a short story which they have learned, which they have made up, or which they have tried to write their own. It can be your life story, it can be somebody else's life story, it can be the life story of any celebrity which you spoke about, like Rahul Bajaj, Narayan Murthy. That is also a story. So that also is a story. Keep your cameras on first of all.
Ma'am.
Okay. So, did you know that Rahul Bajaj died 2 days ago?
Yes, ma'am. Saturday.
यस मैम सैटरडे को
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. अभी हम लोग इतनी उनके बारे में बातें की थी. We spoke so much about Rahul Bajaj, and it was really upsetting that he's no more. But you must have felt that pinch, isn't it? So it can be any story. It can be just about anything. So, what story have you come up with? First of all, you tell me what is narrative style and what are the elements required for narrative writing style. For today's answers, you will be getting marks on 10. Okay? Let it be a mark you, let it be presentation, let it be any assessment which you that you will be taking. So, first you define what is narrative style and then give me an example of a narrative style of writing.
Ma'am, narrative style, maybe we focus on the narration of the story. We tell about the whole part of the story and narrate them in our words. That is narrative style. Example of narrative style is
what are the elements required in narrative style? How will you find out how will you differentiate narrative from expository?
in narrative style, we for the first time we know what is the story about, for whom is the story. It gives us a title.
I asked you, how will you differentiate this is a narrative style and this is the informative style of writing? What is the difference between the two?
Ma'am, narrative style gives the whole idea about a story, but
So
informative.
what are the elements required in narrative style? What are the elements required?
Title of the story.
क्या होनी चाहिए उसमें? Yes.
Character, climax, settings, drama.
Drama. क्या होना चाहिए?
Narrative style is telling a story and executive writing is a process of doing something.
All right. But I asked what are the elements required in narrative style of writing? What should it include? What should be there that you will differentiate? This is a narrative style of writing. How will you identify?
Ma'am, characters, point of view, theme, conflicts, etc.
Solve problems, solutions, characters, dialogues.
Point of view.
We did that in the last class, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
action,
rising action, falling action, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Now, please give me an example of a story which you have read. It can be your story, it can be somebody else's story. It can be a story about the late Rahul Bajaj. It can be just about anything. It can be any imaginary story. It can be a story which you have read. It can be a story which you have written. Somebody else's story. Anything. Now, please give me the beginning, the middle, and the end of a story. Yes. If you will not speak, I will start giving. See, this is a pen in my hand. I've already started marking. Should I call roll number wise, or or will you raise your hands and answer?
No, it will be better if you call roll number wise because everyone will be able to participate then.
No, ma'am, roll number wise mat lijiye.
5 ways.
Why to can I raise your hand then? Roll number wise देने से ही फायदा होगा कि I will get the attendance also. अगर आप नहीं बोलते हैं तो you are absent. Yeah, this is roll number 1. Fine. Yeah, continue.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I am Susmita and I'm going to tell about social media, and I have chosen Instagram. Instagram is an entirely visual platform, unlike Facebook, which relies on both text and pictures.
This is an expository style of writing, what you are saying.
Ma'am, you told about any topic, no?
No. What you are speaking about is expository writing style. What I wanted to come up with is narrative style.
Ma'am, then I can tell any story.
Any story which you have read, so that I can understand that you have understood that it should have a beginning, it should have a middle, and it should have an ending. It should have characters, it should have a plot, it should have action, so whatever. So tell your story in brief.
The title of my story is The Most Horrible Event in My Life. One fine day, I was just sitting at my terrace, listening to songs. I was enjoying the sunset and songs. Then suddenly I heard someone calling out my name. Then I was going down the stairs to see if there was someone or not. While I was going down the stairs, suddenly electricity cut off. And it was evening time, so there was darkness everywhere. I was at the 5th floor and building was of 8th floor. So still I had so many stairs left to complete to go down. I had my phone in my hand and I tried to switch on the flashlight, but my phone's battery was very low. So I couldn't do that. Still I kept on going. Then I felt like someone is following me. I stopped and checked whether. Then I sat on the stairs only. Again, I heard someone was chanting my name. Then I started to walk again. I reached down, then I saw that no one was there. Then I was going up again and I fell off. I felt like someone pushed me, but there was no one. When I discussed this with my parents, they told that someone committed suicide here a year ago. Maybe because of that, you felt something paranormal. So this was most horrible event. Thank you, ma'am.
But it did not have any dialogue. It had the problem, it had the solution, fine. But the dialogue was missing.
I'll improve next time, ma'am.
Yeah. So can you define what is a narrative style of writing?
It is the way of convincing a story to others.
Convincing? No. You cannot convince me to believe what you are saying is true. Convincing is quite different. Sushmita, switch on your camera.
Yes, ma'am.
Convincing style तो नहीं है ये. Convincing style तो अलग होता है.
Conveys, ma'am.
Conveying something.
Convey to a reader.
You are telling a story, which can be true, which can be fictional. But
Yes, ma'am.
so define what is narrative style of writing.
It is the way in which a writer conveys their message to a reader.
सबसे पहले तो आप बताओगे the narrative style of writing has a plot, has a plot, has a theme, has characters, has dialogues, has problems, has solutions. It has a beginning, it has the middle body part, and it has the ending. So these are the elements of narrative style of writing. So whenever somebody asks you to narrate, so give an example, give a definition of what actually is narrative style of writing. Then you will have to come up with answers like this. And then if at all required, if they ask you to give an example of narrative style, then you come up with a story, any story which you, I told you so many times, which you have read, which you have, any film which you have seen, your story, life story, somebody else's story, any story. Story is a story. So what's your roll number?
1, ma'am.
Roll number 1. Okay, I'm marking you today. Fine. Yes, next. Uh, 37 students in the class. Next. Should I call roll number 2? Absent? Okay, 2 is absent. Roll number 3? It's good. I'm also coming up with your attendance. So 1 is here. See, I'm marking it. So 1, 2 absent, 3, 4, 5,
मैम 10 मिनट दीजिएगा मैम.
9, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yes, ma'am. 8.
8. It means 2 to 7 is absent. Yeah. So this is also your attendance, I'm telling you. If you will not speak, you will be marked absent. Ah, yes. Manisha.
Ma'am. Ma'am, I'm not well prepared, but I have a story of which I learned in class 12th, and the name of the
Why not
story
prepare?
is.
I told you in the last class. In the next class, you will give me the presentation on a story, because whatever I have taught you, you must come up with the feedback, no, that you understood.
Ma'am, I have given that class my presentation on
Yeah,
my
okay.
own poem.
Today you make a presentation because I am marking you today.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, my story is about deep water. This is the title of my story, Deep Water. My story is from the class 12th book, English book Indigo, and it is all about the fear of water of a boy with 6 years old, um, who has a lot of fear from water from since his childhood. When the fear started when he was a child, when he goes to a Yakima river near California, and there he used to see the water and he wants to swim there. But when he goes to swim there, he fears a lot, and because he didn't realize how to swim, so he has no knowledge about swimming. So from that day, when he has that there is an accident with him, from that day he used to fear from water. And after 6 years, when he's on his age of 11 year, again he goes to the California and saw that swimming pool, and again he feared a lot from that water, and he want to overcome from the fear of water. Then once with the age of 20, when he used to see the water of in a leaf, and when the water from leaf came falling in his eyes, and he was there, the water, but he when suddenly a drop of water from leaf came to her eyes. When he looked at that water, and he realized that the water, there is no harmful for the water is not harmful for him. So from that day, he realized that there is no fear from water. He can overcome from there, and he started swimming, and he overcome from his fear. So we have learned from this story that if we realize that we have a lot of fear from anything, to overcome from there, we have to try lots to overcome our fear.
Hmm. And what are the elements of narrative style of writing? Hello? What do you understand by narrative style? Just now I told you. Yes, what?
To narrate the story.
नहीं, अभी मैंने क्या बताया था? मैंने कुछ points बताया था ना? What are the elements required? What are those points?
Then problem solution, dialogues, and settings, or conflict.
Or
Or title.
प्लॉट नहीं रहता है, थीम नहीं रहता
Yes.
है, कैरेक्टर्स नहीं रहते हैं. अगर आप लिखोगे नहीं तो याद भी, कल तो आपने पिछले क्लास में मैंने लिखवा दिया था. So you did not write down? If you will not write down, you will never learn. जब तक कि आप लिखोगे नहीं. Why didn't you write first of all? Are you waiting that I'll share the content? What if I don't share? What is the point of attending the class if you cannot take down notes? You cannot remember a lot of things. You remember some of the things, but you cannot remember all. So why do we write notes? Why do we take down notes? So that we do not forget a single point. You write down just now. Write down, I will ask you again. What are the elements of narrative style of writing? That was roll number 8. Roll number 9? 10? Yes, 9. Yamini, please switch on your camera. Unmute yourself and switch on your camera.
Ma'am, she is not able to unmute and switch on her camera.
Why? नहीं क्यों हो रहा आपका? Anyway, moving on. Roll number 10. Roll number 10, 11, 12,
Yes, ma'am, 11.
11. Fine.
Good morning, ma'am. The topic of my story is The Lion King.
Hmm.
And once there was a king who get born, and when he get born, so the astrologer said that you will get a die with a reason of the reason of your die was a lion. So when he became younger, when he get younger,
1 minute. The reason of what? One day you
ma'am,
will die.
the astrologer told him that the reason of your die is a lion. By a
The
lion you
reason
will
of your
kill.
death. The reason of your
The
death.
reason of your death was a lion.
One day you will die, and the reason of the death will be a
Lion.
lion. Yeah.
So when he get younger, and he heard that the death of his life was a lion, so he decided that to kill 100 of lion in his whole life. So when he became the king of his kingdom, so he started doing hunting of 100 lions. But after some times, when he achieved when he killed 70 lions, so the lion of his whole kingdom was almost ended. So he decided that to marry a girl by a condition with in his kingdom there is a more than a 50 of lions. So he get married to a girl, and he started doing his work of killing. He started to achieve his
Target.
Thank you, ma'am. He started his achieving target of killing 100 lion. So after some time, he finally killed 100 of lion, and he said to the astrologer that no, now you said that you said wrong that I will get a die with
I will die.
I will die
The
with the
cause of
reason
my
of
death will be a lion.
lion.
Hmm.
So after some time, he got a kid, and he was a little one. So he told his ministers, मैम ministers कोई बोलते उस टाइम क्या कहते थे?
Ministers ही कहते थे. Courtiers.
He said that courtiers to bring a lion in with bring a lion toy. My children will play with it. One day when he was playing with his children, so a small हाथ का कट जाए मैम, लकड़ी के पार्ट को क्या कहते हैं?
क्या?
लकड़ी के छोटे से नुकीले पार्ट को क्या कहते हैं? सांप.
लकड़ी के नुकीले पार्ट को
लकड़ी के नुकीले.
Okay.
The sharp side of a wooden.
The sharp side of a wood.
So
the
when
point
he
of the
he was playing with his child, so a sharp point of the wood has he get harmed by a sharp side of the wooden, and he get die. So the astrologer said that you are saying that you will not. He said that the reason of his death was not a lion, but today a toy has killed him. So the toy was of lion. A structure of the toy was a lion. So now today there was in that time there is a no medical facility. So the death was of the reason of death was lion. So finally the astrologer said that I was never tell any wrong words about you. Now you can
So
say
I
that
had
you
not predicted anything. I had not given any false prediction. कि मैंने कोई false prediction नहीं दिया था. And the reason of your death, the cause of your death was a lion. Whether it's toy or real, but it was a lion.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, nice story.
Thank you.
Yeah, roll number 11. No?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Roll number 9, I'm sorry, I'm not able to give you any mark. Roll number 11, yes, good. Roll number 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Ma'am, not prepared, ma'am.
Who is this not prepared?
19.
रोल नंबर 15. तो 0 आपको मिलेगा ना, कुछ तो बोलना ही पड़ेगा. रोल नंबर 15, यस. स्विच ऑन योर कैमरा.
हम कल बोल देंगे मैम.
नहीं. रोल नंबर 15, स्विच ऑन योर कैमरा. I'm going to give a big 0. If you cannot hear, you're not in the classroom. Then you go then.
मार्क्स मिल रहा है मैम.
आप जाइए फिर. आप कैमरा बंद करके आप बात कर रहे हैं, तो बात कौन करेगा आपसे? Go then. Zaid,
ग्रुप पे
removing you. All right. 15 got a big 0. 16.
Yes, ma'am.
या मैंने कुछ टास्क दिया है तो I want the task to be done.
Yes, ma'am. मैंने एक प्रिपेयर किया हुआ है.
Yeah, okay. ये कौन है? रोल नंबर 16. या अच्छा.
यस मैम, लेकिन ये है जो मैं इनको इंग्लिश में प्रिपेयर्ड है, मतलब मैं हिंदी में बोल सकता हूँ लेकिन इंग्लिश में मैं लिख सकता हूँ उस चीज को. तो लेकिन ये
आप कोशिश करो बेटा, ट्राई. यू कैन ट्राई, आई विल हेल्प यू.
यस मैम, मैं हिंदी में मैम नरेट कर सकता हूँ, इवन इंग्लिश वर्ड यूज करते हैं. इंग्लिश में मैं राइट कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन बोलने में अगर इनफैक्ट
आप कोशिश तो करो रेवती. ट्राई. आई एम देयर टू हेल्प यू. नो, चलो.
मैम एक्चुअली मैं अभी ही ये तैयार किया हूँ, तो थोड़ा सा दिक्कत है.
कोई दिक्कत. ठीक है, तुम बोलो. ठीक है,
मैम हिंदी में बोल देता हूँ मैम.
आप बोलो या 0 लोगे? क्या बोलो करोगे? बोलो.
ओके
असाइनमेंट होता है या ओरल या रिटन?
मैम मैं कल ये आपको ओरल सुना सकता हूँ, आज मैं स्टोरी नरेट कर देता हूँ मैम.
ठीक है
मैम, मैं फिर हिंदी में कर देता हूँ, फिर मैं इंग्लिश में कल कर दूंगा मैम.
चलिए ठीक है.
स्टोरी का टाइटल है मैम पावर ऑफ विजुअलाइजेशन. तो ये एक ऐसी कहानी है जो मैम एक फॉरेनर की थी, और वे कुछ एक्सक्यूज की वजह से उनको जेल में डाल दिया गया था. तो जब वो जेल में गया तो रूम बहुत छोटी थी, 3x4 की रूम थी, रूम बहुत छोटी थी. तो धीरे धीरे वो रियलाइज किया कि उसकी माइंड और बॉडी डिटोरेट होने लगी. तो वो एक सॉल्यूशन निकाला, जो मेरी जो बॉडी डिटोरेट हो रही है तो इसको मैं एक्सरसाइज करके ठीक कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन उनकी माइंड भी डिटोरेट हो रही थी. तो वो एक
डिटोरियोरेट.
हाँ, डिटोरेट हो रही थी. तो वो एक सॉल्यूशन मतलब खोजा. तो उनके पास कोई आदमी नहीं थी बात करने के लिए, तो उनकी जो माइंड कॉन्शियस माइंड थी वो धीरे धीरे डेटोरेट हो रही थी. तो वो एक प्लान सोचा, जो मैं क्यों ना मतलब कि अपने माइंड के अंदर ही चेस खेलना शुरू कर दूं. और वो खुद माइंड में ही चेस खेलना शुरू कर दिया, विजुअलाइज करने लगा चेस को मैम. और वह लगभग 12th ईयर तक वो जेल में ही बंद रहा मैम, 12th ईयर तक. तो कंप्लीटिंग 12th ईयर के बाद जब वो जेल से गेट आउट हुआ मैम, तो उसके बाद एक चेस कंपटीशन थी मैम. चेस कंपटीशन में वो भी भाग लिया मैम, और वो अकेले एक बंदा ने अकेले 20 अलग अलग आदमी को एक टाइम में हरा दिया चेस में. तो उनसे ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया जो दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग, हाउ हैव यू डन दिस थिंग. उन्होंने जवाब दिया, उनसे वो डायलॉग जवाब दिया जो ये हमारे लिए नेचुरल थी. तो सबको आश्चर्यजनक हुई कि भाई आप एक टाइम में 20 आदमी को डिफीट कर दिए हुए, आपके लिए नेचुरल कैसी? क्योंकि वो बताया क्योंकि मैं अपने माइंड में इसे 1000 टाइम्स डिफीट कर चुका था, इसीलिए मेरे लिए कोई अमेजिंग बात नहीं है, ये मेरे लिए नेचुरल है जो मैं 20 लोगों को हरा दिया, क्योंकि मैं इससे पहले कई को हरा चुका हूँ अपने माइंड में. तो फिर ये एक ड्रॉप यहाँ पे वो बताता है, तो जब भी मैं कभी किसी से साथ खेलता हूँ तो मैं अपने माइंड में इतनी बार विजुअलाइज कर चुका हूँ, इतने बार खेल चुका हूँ, जब मैं किसी से खेलता हूँ तो मैं एक प्रॉब्लम को रिलेट कर पाता हूँ। जब मैं खेला करता था अपने माइंड में, तो मुझे किस किस प्रकार की प्रॉब्लम आया करती थी और मैं उसे कैसे सॉल्व किया करता था, उसको रिलेट कर करके मैं सबको हरा देता हूँ, और ये मेरे लिए अब नेचुरल हो चुकी है। तो यहाँ से मैम एक मैसेज ड्रॉप होता है, जब भी किसी चीज को आप मतलब विजुअलाइज करने लगते हो, तो ये प्रैक्टिस व प्रैक्टिस अब ये इतनी इजी हो जाती है मैम।
मैम
या
अटेंडेंस हो गया मैम?
रोल नंबर 15 का माइक और कैमरा दोनों ऑन नहीं हो रहा है, प्लीज मैम आप कंसर्न अबाउट हिम।
Who is roll number 15?
मैम जैद।
अटेंडेंस हो गया मैम?
Zaid को तो I have removed him because he was not even responding.
मैम उसका कैमरा और माइक दोनों ऑन नहीं हो रहा था।
How do you know?
Ma'am, he messaged me and told me that
Why
to tell
should he
him.
message you? Why will he message you? Why students should message each other?
Sorry.
He could have messaged me.
कीजिए मैम।
Yes, what? So,
मैम
Revati, roll number 16, isn't it? Chalo, good. Okay. Roll number 17. Roll number 18. Roll number 19.
हाँ मैम।
कौन है हाँ बोल रहे हैं?
यस मैम।
Roll number 20.
18।
14 हो गया।
Roll number 18. चलिए।
यस मैम।
What is your name? Upar Suman.
यस मैम।
हीरो।
Hello. Yeah.
मैम
17 is absent, so this is roll number 18. Yes.
17 तो था मैम।
नहीं तो he did not say, he did not respond, so he is absent. आप respond नहीं करेंगे तो you definitely will be absent.
Yes ma'am. Ma'am, I want to tell the story of our class 12th, and the topic is things of beauty. In this story, thing of beauty contains a source of joy and is kept to increase its fadedness. It will never pass through, never pass into night nothingness to provide us to pleasant shelter. मैम इस मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं?
आप पहले पोएट्री पढ़ रहे हैं या आप स्टोरी बता रहे हैं? आप बताइए क्या कर रहे हैं आप?
मैम स्टोरी।
ठीक है, तो स्टोरी का एक शीर्षक होना चाहिए ना, एक प्लॉट होना चाहिए, कैरेक्टर्स होना चाहिए। टेल योर स्टोरी। व्हाट इज द बिगिनिंग?
भेजोगे उपहार?
हाँ
हेलो। हाँ
यस मैम।
बोलिए।
यस मैम। मैम हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं थोड़ा?
कोशिश करो इंग्लिश बोलने का, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। आई विल हेल्प यू।
CIMAGE
चलिए बोलिए, जल्दी बोलिए, लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर देयर।
मैम in this ma'am, the summary of this story is things of beauty in English. In this story, things of beauty contains many sources of joy, and its beauty keep increasing in a regular manner. It never and it's never gonna fade. It will never pass into into means regular day by रातों रात means क्या होता है मैम?
क्या
मीन्स इसका रातों रात इसका ब्यूटी मीन्स फेड नहीं होता है, वही क्या होता है?
ओके, द ब्यूटी विल नेवर फेड, द ब्यूटी इज इटर्नल ब्यूटी, मतलब जो कभी खत्म नहीं होगा।
यस मैम। टू प्रोवाइड अस प्लेजेंट शेल्टर, अ क्वाइट क्लाउड फॉर अस, इट गिव्स अस द place and a sleepful sweet nights, sweet dreams, and a bond to the beauties of the earth.
and we suffer from miserable disappointment. We lack of human's quality for novel natures. Novel. We have some set days low also. All these things make us gloomy and also unhealthy evils way to cause of suffering from pain by the nature of human, by nature of humans. The beauty of nature in this story, the beauty of nature in the story, the beauty of nature are also lonely than all over the hardest nature is endless fortune. मैम इंग्लिश में नहीं हो पाएगा मैम।
तुम कोई पोएट्री पढ़ रहे हो?
यस मैम, पोएट्री नहीं, मिस स्टोरी ही है मैम, उसका समरी।
कोई भी कहानी जो तुम पढ़े हो, जो तुम जानते हो, पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं यहाँ पर आती है।
डर के ऊपर
एनीथिंग विच यू, एनी स्टोरी विच यू नो, किसी की भी कहानी जो वो कहानी जिसको तुम सुन चुके हो, किसी और से सुने हो, पढ़े हो, कोई फिल्म देखे हो, कोई किताब पढ़े हो, कोई कहानी जो तुमने खुद से भी लिखी हो सकती है, अपनी भी कहानी हो सकती है। स्टोरी तो स्टोरी होता है ना। एवरी स्टोरी विच शुड हैव
यस मैम
3 पार्ट्स, बिगिनिंग एंड मिडिल पार्ट। ठीक है, तो
स्टोरी से ही डर गया मैम।
इसमें पोएट्री पढ़ने की क्या जरूरत है? पोएट्री भी एक तरह का स्टोरी है, बट नरेटिव स्टाइल तो ये हुआ नहीं ना, यू आर जस्ट रीडिंग आउट सम पोएट्री। ठीक है, पोएट्री भी एक कहानी कहता है, तो कहानी तो कह नहीं पा रहे हो ना कि वो ये पोएट्री है, ठीक है, समझ रहे हैं, लेकिन ये पोएट्री शुड बी लाइक अ स्टोरी।
उसको पता ही नहीं है स्टोरी है किस समय।
हाँ, पोएट्री तो कहानी होती है। अगर आप समझ जाइए, आई टीच लिटरेचर, उसमें बहुत सारे पोएट्रीज पढ़ने होते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को। फर्स्ट ईयर में 9 पोएट्रीज पढ़ने हैं, तो क्या कैसे समझाते हैं उन लोगों को? पहले कहानी बता देते हैं, फिर लाइंस बताते हैं। जब तक कि कहानी नहीं समझेंगे जानेंगे क्या?
गूगल से लिख लिया है मैम।
गूगल से ठीक है, रिसर्च तो करना ही चाहिए, लेकिन उसको कोशिश कीजिएगा कि अपने अपने ओन वर्ड्स में और एक नरेटिव स्टाइल में आप लिख रहे हैं तो नरेटिव होना चाहिए ना। इट शुड बी अ स्टोरी। That was roll number 18. At least he tried, but 19, 20.
Yes, ma'am.
What's that? 20.
Yes,
Anshika.
ma'am.
Yeah. Those who have not responded, they are absent. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Tell us your story.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Anshika, and the today's topic is The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Once there was a boy who became bored when he watched over the village, sat gazing on the hillside. To entertain himself, he sang out, "Wolf, wolf, the wolf is chasing the sheep." When the villagers heard the cry, they came running up the hills to drive the wolf away. But when they arrived, they saw no wolf. The boy was amused when seeing their angry face. "Don't scream, wolf boy," warned the villagers, "when there is no wolf." The angrily went back down the hills. Later, the shepherd boy cried out once again, "Wolf, wolf," and the wolf is chasing the sheep. To his amusement, he looked on as the villagers came running up the hills, scared the wolf away. As they saw there was no wolf, they said strictly, "Save your frightened cry, for when there really is a wolf, don't cry, wolf." When there is no wolf, but the boy grinned at their word while they are walking, grumbling down the hills once more. Later, the boy saw a real wolf sneaking around his flock. Alarmed, he jumped on his feet and cried out as loud as he could, "Wolf, wood," but villagers thought he was fooling them again, and so they didn't come to help. At the sunset, the villagers went looking for the boy who hadn't returned with their sheep. When they went up the hill, they found him weeping.
There really was a wolf here. The flock is gone. I cried out, Wolf, but you didn't come. He wailed. An old man went to comfort the boy as he put his arm around him. He said, nobody believes a liar even when he is telling the truth. Thank you.
Nobody believes a liar, even if he is telling the truth. So the story has a moral. That was roll number 20. Very good. 21.
मैम 19 में कर दीजिए, मैं बोल ही देता हूँ।
मैं बोल ही देता हूँ मतलब क्या?
नहीं, मैं भी कंफ्यूज हूँ ना मैम, इसीलिए थोड़ा सा।
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
Camera on करो।
Yes, ma'am.
Ritik.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, we are going to.
Yeah, today I'm
बाकी लोग अपना keep your cameras.
stories.
The rest of you keep your microphone muted.
Hardik Pandey.
Keep quiet. Yeah. Start.
Yeah, good morning to all of you. I am Ritik Sharma. Is here to deliver a short story on an old man lived in the village. My story title.
What is the topic?
An old man lived in a village.
An old.
Yeah. Okay. An old man lived in the village. He was one of the most unfortunate people in the world. That whole village was tired of him. He was always gloomy. He constantly complained and was always in a bad mood. Okay, ma'am? The longer he lived, the more vile he was becoming, and the more poisonous were his words. People avoided him because his misfortune became contagious. It was an unnatural and insulting to be happy next to him. Okay, ma'am? He created the feeling of unhappiness in others. But one day, when he turned 80 years old, an incredible thing happened. Instantly, everyone started hearing the rumor. An old man is happy today. He doesn't complain about anything, smiles, and even his face is freshed up. Okay, ma'am? The whole village gathered together. The old man was asked to villagers, what happened to you? Sorry, ma'am. The villagers asked to the old man that what happened to you? The old man said, nothing special. 80 years I have been chasing happiness and it was useless. And then I decided to live without happiness and just enjoy life. That's why I am happy now and old man. Okay, ma'am? Yeah. Moral of the story is don't chase happiness. Enjoy your life fully. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Chalo, okay. That was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
23, ma'am. No.
Who is this 23?
Oh, no.
Who is 23?
Rupesh Kumar, ma'am.
Rupesh Kumar. Camera on. Sorry. Okay, fine.
Ma'am, the ball poem.
The what?
The ball poem.
The ball.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, bole?
Yes, start.
Ma'am, a boy lost in a ball. He is very upset. A ball does not.
The boy is lost in a ball. ये क्या sentence है?
Google से मैम
Boy loses a ball.
बच्चे ने एक बॉल को खो दिया है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. The boy is okay. The boy is upset because he has lost the ball, right?
Yes, ma'am. And a ball does not cost much. Now, is it difficult to buy another ball? Why then is very Why then is the ball so upset? Boy so upset. Okay.
क्या हुआ?
लैपटॉप से देख के बोल रहा है।
Prepared नहीं मैम ठीक से।
तुमको कोई कहानी नहीं आती?
लैपटॉप से बोल रहा है मैम, देख से मैम बोलने भी नहीं
Don't
है।
interrupt. Tell me this. Tell me your life story. अपनी कहानी बताओ।
मैं कुछ प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं, मुझे पता नहीं था, मैंने पिछला क्लास में एब्सेंट था।
पिछले क्लास में आप एब्सेंट थे।
यस मैम।
चलिए तो मार्क्स तो उसी 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 27.
27. I am taking up to 30 today, and the rest I will be taking in the next class. You okay? 27. Yeah.
Ma'am, today I talk about a story named Unnecessary Doubt.
Okay.
A boy and a girl were playing together. The boy had a collection of beautiful marbles. The girl had some candies with her. The boy offered to give the girl all his candy in exchange for all her candies. The girl agreed. The boy gave all the marbles to the girls, but secretly kept the biggest and the most beautiful marbles for himself. The girl gave him all her candies as she had promised. That night, the girl slept peacefully, but the boy could not sleep as he kept wondering if the girl had hidden some more tasty candies for him, the way he had hidden his best marvel. This story give if you don't give your 100% in a relationship, you shall always keep doubt if the other person had given their 100%. I'm done.
Okay. क्या नाम है तुम्हारा?
मैं मनीष कुमार.
Manish Kumar, very good story. 28. He's absent. 29.
Ma'am, I'm not prepared.
क्या नाम है आप? पहले कैमरा ऑन करके बात करो. ये क्या तरीका है? कैमरा ऑफ करके बात करो. चलिए आप बताइए. तो प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं है तो बताइए व्हाट इज नरेटिव स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग.
मैम प्रिपेयर लिखी हूँ बट
आप जो लिखे आप पढ़िए उसको.
मैम द पोएम ऑफ ब्यूटी. नाउ लेट अस रीड अ poem of beauty. Beauty is in the sunlight, growing and people working on dancing for this their harvest.
क्या है ये? कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. कौन सी पोएट्री है? इसकी कहानी क्या है?
मैम पोएम ब्यूटी. द पोएट ऑफ मैम हिंदी में बोले.
प्रिपेयर क्यों नहीं करते हो आप लोग? What if this comes in your exam then? What will you write?
मैम मेरा भी एब्सेंट लग गया मैम. कल पर बोल देंगे मैम. रोल नंबर 3.
अभी तो जिसका जो नहीं बोला सबका एब्सेंट ही लग रहा है.
मैम लेट से ज्वाइन किए मैम क्लास. कल बोल देंगे मैम.
So what?
मैम 3 दिन से क्लास नहीं एब्सेंट है मैम. को पता नहीं था मैम.
कल तो किया था क्लास.
नहीं 3 डेज एब्सेंट है मैम.
तो पता लगा लिया
कल बोल देंगे मैम. एब्सेंट लग गया है मैम आज.
एनीवेज कोई हिंदी नहीं चलने वाला है. बिजनेस इंग्लिश का क्लास है एंड डू नॉट टॉक इन हिंदी. एवरीथिंग हैज बीन एक्सप्लेन्ड टू यू in very simple words. There is nothing which you do not understand. If you do not do your homework, then this is what will happen. You will get zeros.
मैम 3 का मैम अटेंडेंस बना दीजिएगा.
29, 30. 30 है क्या?
Yes ma'am, 30.
Who is 30?
Nikita Singh.
चलो निकिता.
Good
Today's
morning,
last
ma'am.
presentation, yeah.
And good morning everyone. My name is Nikita Singh. and today I am here to tell a story on the topic A Letter to God. The author of this story is G.L. Funes. He was one of the greatest novelist, poet, and he was the greatest Mexican poet, novelist, and a journalist at that time. The story revolves around the idea of having unquestionable God in faith. Sorry, faith in God.
Faith in God.
Yes, ma'am. The story here is revolved around a Latin American country. Lencho, a farmer who is the protagonist of the story, writes a letter in God. In the letter, he seeks help from the Almighty as he discovers his entire crop yield on hailstorm has destroyed by devastating hailstorm. Although his wishes get fulfilled partially, if not completely, he remains ungrateful in the end. Moreover, he questions the honesty and modesty of the postmaster. However, they were in the only beings who actually helped him in terms of money, as the name of the god. In this story, Lencho is a farmer. He was expecting a decent crops to his, however, to his grief, to hailstorm came and destroyed his harvest completely. Lencho was very sad. However, he had a strong belief in God. He was certain that God would help him. Also, he was an extremely straightforward man. Although working for a long time on the farm, he knew writing. Thus, he decided to compose a letter to God. In the letter, he asked God to send him 100 pesos. At that point, he went to the post office and put his letter to the post office. The postman removed the letter from the letter box. He read the address on it and it laughed very much. Also, he rushed to the postmaster and demonstrated to him that strange letter. Moreover, the postmaster also laughed in the same way when he saw the address to the god. However, on reading the letter, he got very serious. He lauded this man who had unquestioned faith in God and decided to help him in terms of money. He asked the employees of the post office to give charity. Post office asked the employees of the post office to give a charity. Moreover, he gave a part of his salary too. However, they were able to collect only a little more than 50 pesos as requested for by Lencho. The postmaster has the money, put the money in the envelope. It was addressed to Lencho. One Sunday, Lencho came again to the post office and asked if there was a letter for him or not. The postmaster took out the letter and handed it to the Lencho. Lencho was not surprised after seeing the money. But when he counted the money, he became angry on the god. He was sure that God would not mistake. He took paper and ink and wrote one more letter to God. Then he put it in the letter box because he get only 70 pesos and he wished to get the 100 pesos. After Lencho had left the place, the postmaster and the employees read the letter. In it, Lencho had complained in God that he had received only 70 pesos. Also, he requested God to send him the rest of the money this time. However, he asked God to send the money through the mail. He wrote that the post office employees were a bunch of crooks and thus might have stolen the money. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, that's very good. So that's it for today. In the next class, please be prepared. Thank you.
मैम मार्क्स दे दीजिए
किसको?
मेरा round 30.
तो दे तो दिया.
Okay, ma'am. No, last time.
मैम मेरा दे दीजिए 3 रोल नंबर मैम, एब्सेंट लग गया है मैम.